So I just wanted to give you a little update on what's going on in my life regarding to the raw vegan diet. So this weekend I had some French fries and a vegan burger. And I did have a coffee yesterday and one today because I wanted to see how it tasted. And I have to say I actually liked it more because I had been without it for 10 days. And I'm going back to no coffee tomorrow, and I'm going back basically to, not eating crap. But I have to say, like, I don't even like crap. I tried to have one of those little Tim Hortons sweets that my roommate buys, the Timbits they're called, and they're filled with garbage. They're like, donuts, but yeah. Anyway, I spat it out. I actually didn't like it. I didn't give it to the dogs, which is not, good for them, but it was very little. They're tiny. They're the middle part of the donuts, and they sell those. So anyway, the moral is that basically, the more I eliminate stuff that I, need to eliminate to clean out, the less I really like the shit when I go back to it. So coffee, I like it, but again, it's because I had very little, and my intestinal reaction to the crap was not so good. But I think it's also because I have been relentlessly juicing stuff as well. It's not juicing, sorry, it's making smoothies. So I keep everything, except for, like if it's different on a peel, obviously I'm not putting it in there. But I even juiced this morning some carrots with arugula, and I just had that. I put some lime in it, very little salt, no oil, nothing, just like that. And that was like my salad. And within an hour, I had to run to the wash. This stuff is amazing, like it's just so fast. So yeah, it wasn't pleasant. Like I've been kind of like upset in my intestine the whole day, and that's really, I had soups, but in the soup I put other veggies to make it not as acidic, and it actually tastes better. Because when I get hungry, I don't want to just, again, go too harsh, because I know I'll break down and then go the opposite way. I know myself so well. By now, I tried so many times, and I know I can be really good for a long time, and then the underdog comes out. So I just don't want to deal with that. I want the change to stay and not be so dramatic, like I want it, so then I know it's gonna stay. So yeah, it's taking its time, but I see huge changes. It's just insane. I have less darkness also under here, which is kidneys and a liver, when you have dark circles. It's a lot to do also with, depends who you listen to, they all have their own slight variation. I have a book that I always go by, and because I've used this stuff, like my mom used it when we were kids, and it's being serving us very right. So it's called Your Body Never Lies by the Kushi Institute, and it's probably reversed right now for you because I have the camera mirrored, so it's easier, when you move and you don't get confused. So this is really my left hand. But anyway, it's by Mikio Kushi, and it's a great book. I mean, it just shows you, what areas of the body. There is iridology, there is the whole body basically here, and you can easily go and see for yourself, basically, it's like a map to realize what could be. Of course, it's not that I would, diagnose others, unless you're a licensed doctor and don't diagnose. But for myself, I always use it, and quite frankly, I use it for I can read people's faces a little bit, and I can see when they have conditions just by following this actual book. and it's a very simple book, but this is just one of the many things, and it has the iridology also, map here, just like Dr. Robert Morse gives you. And it's not a very expensive book to buy, but it has the iridology map on both sides, so it's very useful because the eyes are the part of us that give away, the fastest what's the current condition, because they change so quickly. Like, when we're sick, you can tell in people's eyes, right? So, you can use all kinds of other stuff, like when you look at people, you can see, but if they have swelling, edema somewhere, water retention and stuff. But sometimes, unless you know the person, and stuff, it's also hard to tell just from that. So the iridology part makes it better. No, Dawson Church, Dr. Robert Morse, he was saying on Dr. Robert Morse TV that they were going to release their own map because, they've done their own studies over the past 50 years, and so they have their own map as well. Like, everybody comes out with their own version. I always think that, whatever you float toward is kind of what works for you, but I just like to look in different directions, and usually I ask for guidance myself. Like, for us normal human beings who haven't, had the chance to go and study for a gazillion years this stuff, and even if you do, you still, you don't have enough time to study at all. But it surely helps, right? When you see thousands of cases, you have a much better idea. So anyway, for the rest of us normal human beings, what I've always used is, I literally work with my intuition, and I ask, okay, where can I find the information I need? And then, generally speaking, I am sort of led in the right place. So I think it's something available to all of us. We all have meridians in our body. We're all made of water, right? So we all have these tools at our disposal. It's just many people don't realize that they have this, and so they think they always have to just rely on someone else. I think our own health is our own personal, it's our body or choice, but it's so, it's sad that in school and these other places that, are used as governmental resources, paid by our tax dollars, they don't actually teach the kids stuff that can really help them. However, it's not for everybody. Some places they do teach them a bit better, so it's not everywhere. It's just usually not under the governmental bodies. So yeah, the more people who, realize what's going on and start caring, the faster we're gonna change this. Just like, in our Discord where we share truth and not all these bullshit lies that they share everywhere else, and helpful stuff, because again, it's not about fear mongering, it's about actually sharing real information and helping people, getting better. So that's why when people try and accuse me of what the Western Shicker and all the other cult minions have done, I usually keep them away from me, because obviously they don't have a clue what this is about. But we share a lot of stuff there that can help, and also funny stuff, because of course we have to crack jokes, otherwise, how are we gonna stay slightly sane? So this is kind of like a new scene. I know you've seen probably, or you will see some of it in the future from my stream when I share snippets of the stream with you. However, snippets that can relax you, of course, doing different content, because I just don't stream for hours for nothing. I actually create as well content for other platforms, right, as I do that and I learn. So this is a new scene I made. I am still working with my mouse because my tablet, the wire was chewed as well. I just didn't notice. Thank God I checked before using it. I was going to use it this weekend, and of course I couldn't. I had to order a wire, just more money that I don't have. Great gifts I get from these mice. And it was all when they ruined all those other wires. I mean, I had put it away back then, but obviously I got to it too late. And I didn't notice because, you know, I had so much damage. And it's kind of dark in here. My eyesight has gone to shits thanks to, you know, these problems I had with my liver and stuff. I still am going through it. It's not gone yet, but, you know, it's going to take a little time. And I haven't done the diet as perfectly, so it will move slightly slower. But I have been pretty good. Like right now I'm cooking potatoes and with onions, a little bit of garlic and some shiitake mushrooms. So I'm having that later. So I still eat very clean. I'm used to it though, because when we were children, my mom cooked like this, right? So for me, actually, I just feel really great when I eat properly. And quite frankly, even like the ups and downs, all those moods, they just go away, because when you don't eat crap and you don't have all these toxins hanging around in your body, you actually don't have as many ups and downs and stuff. Sure, the full moon that, you know, was yesterday has kind of heightened all of our feelings, and according to some people, the energy works on us 3 days before, 3 days after, so we are still in sort of that full moon energy kind of thing. But even with that, when I eat properly, I'm not affected negatively by anything. It's just more being in tune. It's amazing. Like when I had that juice earlier with, again, I keep saying juice, but it's a smoothie with the arugula and the carrots and the lime, I could actually feel the energy going back and forth through me. It's just insane, like the elevated frequency. And it just feels great, you know, like I could feel everything fired. It was like, you know, but in a pleasant way, not in this shitty way that you feel when you're just eating sugar, for example, because you can have those firing feelings too when you eat sugar, refined sugar, but it has a consequence after. And, you know, that book was written over 40 years ago, Sugar Blues. It's probably 50 now. But anyway, it talks about all of this stuff, what actually happens inside of us, right? And it's that old, yes. So all in all, I am still sticking to it, not fully, but I'm, you know, getting back into it again. I am eating some soup still, yes, because I have been hungry, and honestly, I just, you know, I need a little bit of something in my life to be bad. If I'm too good, I mean, come on. No, it's because I find it really hard to just not have any at all. But I haven't really been eating a lot of bread or a lot of anything. I wasn't really even before though. I have systematically improved in every area. I feel quite happy about, you know, how things went. I actually thought it would be much worse than I was. And especially in how I feel about it, where it's not even like trying hard, and, you know, it's more, wow, you know, yeah, it was a really shitty 2 weeks, and there's been a lot of crap that has been coming down, and, you know, wow, I still did a lot of it, and I'm not really missing coffee, I'm not really, you know, having these crazy cravings. I don't really want to. And that's the amazing part to me, is like, wow. And I also drink much less when I don't have, you know, dry stuff, refined stuff. Like if I just have the juices and the veggies, I don't really drink that much because I get enough from what I eat. And that's the other thing that I wanted to share, is you actually drink less, which is good, because a lot of people think they have to drink all this water and stuff. But when you really start listening to true experts who are not trying to sell you pills and shit, they tell you that it's not true necessarily. It's more about, if you eat a lot of foods that are very salty, for example, they will dehydrate you. If you drink a lot of coffee, that will dehydrate you, right? If you have a lot of those energy drinks and stuff, and I don't, because when I have that stuff, my nervous system goes wonkers. And so I avoid it completely. Like I'm really, you know, like the monsters, I would share with my roommate just because sometimes I like that vanilla flavor. But I had this little much and I would be super affected by it. Like I just stopped having anything at all, and it was very little. Like when I see these people just always eating shit and then, you know, downing those, they're in their 20s, they don't realize that we're literally fucking themselves over for later on in their lives. But, you know, they don't feel it right now, right? So a lot of people are not as sensitive. And in one way, I think lucky, but in the other way, I don't think, because once they get sick, like my dad, you know, he was never really sick that much, but when he got sick 10 months later, he was dead. So it's, I don't know which one is better. I mean, I don't think it happens to everybody. I'm just saying, usually when we mistreat our body, eventually we pay for it one way or the other. So, emotional baggage, this is the result of it. This is what happens to most people who went through abuse, unresolved issues around that pattern, which is, as you can tell, not, you know, as fast and easy to change. Has, you know, many of these people who are trying to sell lots of expensive courses want you to believe. And there is no guru, there is nobody that can really do the work for you. They can help, but the truth is, you know, it's just basically learning the steps and applying them every day. And really having a support group where, you know, it's a real support group, not all this fake bullshit that most often than not we see out there. And it's because people are into it for the money more than anything else. Unfortunately, that's the case for a lot, and it's what it is. So I am still going ahead with, you know, my project for the free Reiki for those in need and stuff. So if you feel like donating to that project, I appreciate any donation is helpful. And you know, if you donate and stuff, you know, let me know. I'll see your email and stuff in there, and I'll probably send you some kind of special as a thank you for it. It's not, you know, as a payment or anything. It's really more so people can have also something in return for helping out, you know, those who are in need, basically, because by helping people like me who are able and willing to help those in need, we are making the world a better place effectively. And I'm not registered as any charity or anything, so you won't get any tax rebates or anything like that. And under my thing, it will be looked at probably as income. However, I am using that to set up, you know, websites and to pay for the technology that I need to use in order to make this happen, which I have been paying out of my budget, and it's a lot of money in the end that I'm not making right now. And before, I was basically, you know, wasting, if you want to say, wasting my money for that. And, you know, the scheduler, you know, the whole system that I use. And, you know, when people buy sessions and stuff from me, I just use that money basically for, mostly it's just, you know, for the stream and for helping others. So to pay for this stuff, this technology that I need to make it happen. And because the whole point is there's lots of people all over the world that needs this help. And if we could just get some people on board and to join this team, where I'm not the boss of the team, okay? I'm just the person who is starting this, but I'm not the person who is in charge of it all. I just want this to be a real school for real people who want to help others and who want to make this world a better place for real. And yes, the cult is doing all the bullshit, there's lots of crap out there, but there's also a lot of good people. And it's time people realize we all have the ability to do this, guys, and you can all do the same things I do, you know. It's a choice of the person. This is for entertainment use only, remember that, right? And so we always remind them that it's their choice, nobody's pressuring, nobody can do anything to them. This is completely a choice. And it's, again, because the entertainment part is we are relaxing, and that's what the body needs in order to heal, and the soul and the emotion in the emotional body as well. So when we do the right things and we actually help others when they want the help rather than imposing it on them, that's when we get the best results. And the reason why I'm sharing my struggle again, it's because nobody's perfect, and I'm so tired of all these fake gurus, trying to tell people how they're so perfect and stuff. Whatever, man. There's so many fibbers out there. They're all liars, basically, and it's easy to see them. I ain't a fucking liar, and pardon my French there. But I'm tired of all these liars being so famous, and the people who are doing the real work and have been in the trenches the whole time getting overlooked and treated like shit. So I'm not stopping. I'm gonna keep going. I want to create as many teachers as possible so this can be spread everywhere, and as many practitioners of this, if you want to call it practitioners. But the truth is, we're just opening up the path that God put there for you already, and it got clogged because of the shit freaking crap energy, food, and everything that is going around the world. So we're just bringing back nature and God's pharmacy in our life and opening those channels so people can actually heal, and heal inside out as their choice, not as something we impose on them. So again, it's nothing that wasn't there from before. We're just finally utilizing this in a grand scale, and by doing this, we're offsetting all the negative stuff that they're trying to do everywhere in the world. Like today, I'm gonna send Reiki not just to people who are suffering, animals and plants, but also because now, of course, they have started with all this world bad weather again. Every now and then, they like to hit countries with bad weather because, the COVID bullshit is out. What they have really done with the deadly vax that they try to spread around and still try and sell on us. Sorry, we're not interested in pharma shit, girl. We will never take pharma shit, girl, ever again. Stop trying to impose it on us, and especially stop trying to pass it as scientific, okay? Some of us know how science works. So, again, we don't give a shit how many scientific studies you show us. We don't want it, understand it. So, these assholes now, of course, as they always do, and as we told you would happen in 2020, they are now using weather again, because that's what they do. It's a circle of things, It's always about fear-mongering, creating a lot of drama, creating a lot of suffering. That's what they need. So we're sending Reiki to anyone in those areas that are suffering, Turkey and Syria. And they're not hitting those countries by chance, guys. They're hitting them because there are places there of high level frequency spirituality, and so they are trying to bring down once again the elevated frequency that people get when they start opening their eyes to what's really going on in the world, and instead of being scared, they start being proactive about doing the right things so they can get out of this shitty situation. And so we need to hit harder with Reiki and all this stuff where we're not hitting them in a bad way. We're hitting them in a good way. We need to elevate further all of this frequency. So I've been playing around with different frequencies again. I'm using, the perfect fifth, which is the golden ratio. And I've explained it in the video where I shared all this stuff. Anyway, it helps to get attuned, to the energy and the higher frequencies, and also to actually go into other states where we can heal ourselves, which is what people who take drugs do. We access those states in different ways. Suffering is another. So instead of suffering, we're using tuning forks, we're using sound to get there. And I'm experimenting in different ways, and I'm also experimenting with different frequencies. So you'll find probably different effects on you. Any feedback that I get from you guys is helpful, because the more feedback I get, the better we can fine-tune what we're doing to help people. It's free. My podcast is free, so I don't know why people wouldn't try and share it and wouldn't try and help, especially because I come from the people, not the cult, okay? So I'm not gonna sell out sometime down the road. I'm not Amaranth, I'm not any of those streamers who clearly think money brings them happiness, and clearly they think they're winners because they're making money with whatever they make. I'm not interested in any of that. In fact, if I had gazillion dollars, I would just use it to help people and to help animals and make the world a better place. by creating infrastructure and allowing people to make money. So it wouldn't be just donating and that's it. I would also do that, but I would also I like to teach people to fish, because when you teach them to fish, they're independent. I don't want people dependent on me, because I'm just a person. I can die, I can hit my head. What if I become an asshole all of a sudden and you're all dependent on me? So no, it's about actually changing the world for the better and doing the best we can to leave to the future generation a better place to live on, okay? And the bottom line is, we can make mistakes along the way and stuff, but we learn from our mistakes, and so they're not really mistakes, they're lessons that the universe is sending us. This being said, I'm gonna let you go because I don't want to keep going forever. I know I can chat about bullshit and repeat myself, and I'm tired of being so boring. I'm trying to learn, again from my mistakes and be better at what I do. Just let me know, once again, if you need Reiki sessions for specific problems, if you would like to see that kind of content, if you would like to hear, specific things, if there is a kind of a scenery that would help you better, or a sound that, I could do a session for you without certain sounds if they trigger you, please let me know. You can come to the live streams on whichever channel. I prefer the Soul Flow to IRL. Sorry, I said it wrong. The Flow to IRL, because that's what I called it as. So it's FLO 2 number IRL in real life. Just because there, any conversation goes. In the other channel, Flow to ASMR is just for ASMR, and I like to keep that completely just for relaxation. So people know what to expect in whatever channel, I still do ASMR in the Flow to IRL, but it's, a catch-all kind of stream, and I do all kinds of stuff there. So if you come to Twitch, you can find the links in my tree link that I always share with you. Those are the live streams, or you can also come to Discord. That's a great place to actually be together and stuff. Again, it's free, and there's lots of content, and we're gonna have more and more as I'm learning how to work with bots and do all kinds of stuff. And the more you chat, the more, you go up in levels, because there's bots that give you more levels. And when you go up in level, eventually you get other roles and you get other things, so it's access to different content as well. So I encourage you to come. I know Discord is a funny program. Some people hate it and some people love it. But I use it because it's used by most people, and the bottom line is I'm just trying to do the best I can. So I cannot have 300 different channels and sites, and with very little help. I am trying to do the best I can until there is an actual team of people who can be dedicated partially at least to this and help out. And this being said, we are welcoming. We're very honest people, so we're welcoming but not fake, and we'd like to have people join us and help us take this to the next level and actually have a real impact in the world. We are doers, not just talkers, and so I like to lead by example. I don't want to lead anyone, however. I think we're all leaders, and we all just need to be co-creators together and help each other properly. However, when I talk about stuff, I usually am the one who does it first, because I don't believe in just chatting. I believe in actual actions, and actions speak louder than words, but we do need words still to communicate with each other. I'm really waiting for that telepathy communication to come back. I mean, it sounds a lot quicker, right? Plus, all I can do is beep, bop, boom, and you already have the chat that I had in the past, half an hour? Come on, it'll be funny. Anyway, and in closing, I would like to say, if you guys like to come and hang out, listen to really cool bluegrass music, come and check out Mama Fett. Again, I'm one of their, mods, backup mods. I'm the slow mood mod, as they call it. But they're a lot of fun. They're very welcoming. They're on Twitch. Yes, they only are on Twitch right now, but they are going to try and come on Spotify and do other things. But you can come and invite them on the platform you prefer. Just on Twitch, it's a live stream, so that's why I keep saying come to Twitch, because you can interact with each other. It's great for building communities, and they're so welcoming, and you'll find me there Tuesday and Thursdays and Sundays when they stream usually, unless I have an appointment or something else, but I usually try and just be there 3 hours each stream, and it's a lot of fun and it's very welcoming. And if you're feeling lonely and you want to have a, feeling warm heart, it's the right place. Also, if you like Star Wars, she is called Mama Fett because she is the one who dressed Boba Fett in the original Star Wars. So you can get really cool prizes in, Boba Fett realm and other things. Her partner George also is very skilled. I always joke that George is in the costume, so they're all part of it. Now we need to get their dog Flacco to also have a costume so it can be the happy family. These people are in their 70s and they are very welcoming individuals. They're very kind and they're very skilled. So I strongly suggest that you come and check them out and then invite them to the platform you prefer. And, so they can come on different platforms and their stuff can be available in different places. So I'm not trying to take you away. Podcasts are great, as I always say, but all of this technology works well together, and that's why I like to use it. So right now I'm just shooting this for the podcast. So you're the only ones getting this one, and yes, I shoot a backup video, but it's unlisted, so nobody can see it unless I share it with certain people. So this is just for the podcast, yes. So I wanted to, again, send out much love, much light, and much energy healing. If you watch any of my streams also, I want to, even on the podcast, you are free to ask for Reiki. Reiki doesn't come from me, it comes from Source, and all of them are set for you to receive Reiki if that's what you wish. But it's your choice. So I just want to remind you all, that's always an option when you watch any of my streams. I am setting them all up so Reiki can come to those who wish to have it. And feel free to get my free EFT course. Again, I don't spam, it's completely free and anybody can get it. You can share it with anybody. And of course, if you want to sign up for the Reiki, it's $60 for the 2 levels. I am finally going to really start doing that and prepare it. And then you can come in the Discord and you will be added to the Reiki room, so you have access to that content as well, and to the classes that I'm going to start, because we're going to do live classes because just online courses are not good enough. So I think I pretty much debriefed you on anything, on everything. The Frou is being so cute right now. She's going, belly up, trying to be cute. So you see the Frou down there. It's not a rat, like my friend thought it was. It's a dog, okay? She's my Frou. And the gnome sitting next to her, of course. That's a gnome. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm just, like Bob Ross. I want to create my pretty little world so, I can have a break from the rest. I hope you're having a great day, a great week. I wish you a great week, and I hope you're enjoying the content that I have been uploading. And let me know whichever way. Bye for now. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time, guys.